So last night, Ena5 came out. I honestly I didn't plan for my really big video essay to come out right at that time. But good timing. So last night the event came out, and I can speak enough Japanese to have read it, so I went through it, and I really feel like this event genuinely, like, I think it may like have saved my life. I mean, not like in that moment, but I mean in like the future, like going on, like how, you know, can I see myself being alive? In my video, I at the end I touched a bit on I guess like my own shame around being trans, and really I struggled with, you know, my own identity in really the same way that Mizuki is portrayed to, where I don't think that there is anything good to me. There's nothing good to being around me. Bad things will always come with my existence. Like I'm, always, going to be mired by my assigned sex of birth and etc. And I didn't really believe that anyone could possibly really accept me as me. Like anyone could really genuinely love me and see me as myself. And going into Mizu 5, I was kind of at like the peak of that part of my life, I think. Which, wow, that's some timing. And I don't really know if that event really helped me at all. It was like I was seeing my own issues being reflected, but by this character that was, like so much better than me as a trans person. Like I felt so inadequate, and weirdly that event was probably the last straw for me to like cut my hair after I had grown it all the way down to like here after like 4 years. Going to this event, I kind of had this like disbelief that I could really truly genuinely find an answer or like totally relate at the end of Mizuki's arc. I kind of was scared that I wouldn't get some kind of answer to how can I be accepted, how do I logically see that, and after reading the event, what I realized was that there isn't a logical answer to it. There's no logical answer to how do I be accepted, because there's no logical answer or logical reason for not being accepted. It's entirely like this emotional sort of like push and pull between the two, and ultimately the answer is emotional. It's feeling safe, it's feeling loved, and it's really believing in it genuinely. And I feel like reading this event, I believed it, I think, for the first time in my life. And I don't even know how to like put that to words. Up until now, I think the most impactful story in my life was probably Endwalker from Final Fantasy, which, spoilers, it's about how do you live on knowing that you will die eventually. And obviously that's like peak. That's like I don't know how much more impactful in life you can get with something like that. It's something we all deal with, and it's probably the most important thing. But I feel like Ena5, it showed me that there is like that possibility that I can be loved. There is that, and it made me realize that there are people in my life who do love me and who do see me for myself genuinely. They don't judge me, and they see me as who I am, and I don't have any reason to be scared of them. I don't have any reason to run away from them. They want to be with me, and I want to be with them too. I think it was like, yeah, a few years ago, I was ghosted by my best friend, and I really didn't have anyone after that. I really just felt after that, or not felt, but it was almost like I was forced to no longer be able to trust anyone. Like I couldn't accept anyone's love anymore. I just couldn't get comfortable with it, and it put up this wall in my life of, I can't connect with anyone anymore. And I feel like when I read this event, it felt like I was finally able to kind of like not only acknowledge that wall was there and like identify it, but also start to break through it. The care and love that Ena showed for me, the key, it was something that I feel like I've lacked, and seeing it towards a character that I see myself in so deeply, it felt like someone was saying it directly to me, and it just, I don't know, it was something I needed to hear, and I really think that this story, like, in doing that, in letting me, or in helping me, remember that I can be loved, and I'm not alone. It made me feel like, I do have a future. I can maybe start to see myself in a place, 5-10 years from now. I think the next thing, for me after that was that breaking through that wall, it gave me this feeling of safety that, like, in myself, like that feeling of love, it made me feel safe in my identity in that moment, and still, and that feeling of safety, it gave me this like ability to think about myself honestly, and I realized that, I've been using they them pronouns for almost 4 years now, and I realized that, it really was just me putting distance between myself and women, so that I wouldn't feel like I was intruding, so that I would feel like I like kind of know my place, and really this whole time, ever since I was little, I really just wanted to be a girl. Like, I really just wanted to be another girl, like anyone else. Like, I've wanted to just be able to be myself. When I was little, I wanted to have long hair. I wanted to, wear girls' clothes, but, my parents would force me to cut my hair no matter how much I ran and hid and screamed, and obviously they never let me wear any like girls' clothes, but like, I always have just wanted femininity. I wanted to be someone who, when other people saw me, they said, oh, it's a girl, and this whole time I've been using they them as just this way to make myself feel less shame about that. Like, oh, I'm transfem, but I'm not a girl, I'm not like one of those, crazy delusional people who thinks they can really be a woman. And yeah, I was stupid. I still see myself as, not necessarily a woman, I don't believe in gender, but I think, like, I don't know, it's how I want to be seen, it's what I identify with, and those are the people who I relate to. So, after I read Ena5, I very quickly changed my pronouns to she, they, and I don't know, it feels so liberating. The thought that, you know, I am loved enough to really be myself. And there's nothing wrong with that. Um you know, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that this story exists. I'm so thankful that, you know, these people really took the time to portray, you know, people like me in this realistic light that we never get really like dealing with, you know, these important issues. And I've never seen this before, you know. It's so incredibly special. I don't even know how to like overstate that. Every time I look at Mizuki's new train card in their face, I just feel like I just feel these emotions that I've shared just well up within me. And I feel like I really am gonna stay alive. I feel like I really can keep going. And I wish I could, you know, like give the writers a hug. You know, I wish I could communicate my feelings to them directly. How much I appreciate everything that they've done. And the voice actors too. And the people who make the music for the game. It's just so incredibly special to me, and I'm never gonna forget it, you know. And I don't know, I'm so happy that this exists, and I'm I'm so thankful for the impact that it's had on me. And that's really it.